Hello and welcome to Was It Worth Buying? Okay, now I did promise on the Rocky one that this one would be the new kind of one where I look a little bit closer into stuff. Well, fuck that. Straight out the bat now. I'm literally just wrapping this one up as a nice little quick video. So this one is Monster Quest, right? So was this worth buying for the second time? Now I bought this years ago and I got it from The Works. And The Works was always weird. You walk past The Works, especially in the Battle Center, and it just looks like chaos. You go to the ones at Durham and it looks more streamlined. It's just chaos, but you used to find some good gems. They were dibble dabble in pop vinyls years ago. Books there. It's definitely a shop to check out when you're on a Christmas hunt for presents. And I picked up Monster Quest back then for God. Ow. Okay. Back then for $4.99. Now I've watched it, and this was one of the ones that was donated to the charity shop by the ex, and it was one I was just like had to get back. Cost us $4.99 twice, so it's mine. So it's been rebought. So yeah, that's a different story anyway. But as I say, it's fucking $4.99. It's a big ass box. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna look at this. It's got like 6 DVD cases inside. The box has seen better days, but yeah, I love myths and I love The Last Great Discovery. I love the fact that, that's why I have Loch Ness tattooed on my arm. I love the theory of Bigfoot. I love the theory of the Loch Ness. I love any kind of like discovery. There's not that many films out there, especially, there's loads of low budget films like Jurassic Hunt and all this weird shit going down there, but like the discovery of like the lost world, or you know what I mean, like the realization that, oh, there's Loch Ness and no Ted fucking dancing anywhere. But again, watching these now, Monster Quest was on the History Channel. It's the best of it, and like, to be honest with you kind of like watch it and it's like cock on dead serious, where some of it you like laugh your head off, and like it's interesting, you know, they've took time, it's spent money, little bits on CGI, but some of it you just fucking can't stop laughing because of the reenactments and stuff like that, and they're just deadly serious, and a lot of the episodes, they don't seem to get anywhere, but they give you a massive backstory, and there's a lot of evidence to support what they're on about, and the eyewitnesses, and I'm going to reminisce through some of the episodes in a minute, but then the creepy monster eye and the guy who narrates it, they've got a great inner world voice. But the team itself are just batshit crazy. They're fucking dead into it. They're dead serious. Sorry, as I say, I'm multitasking over there. But let's have a look. So I'm just going to pick these up randomly. I need to find out which disc I'm missing. Oh, that one. So I've just watched a few on here. So this one's got tigers in the suburbs, which, you know, again, there's a massive few. They go right in the backlog of like these cats. Like, America has different laws, shows you the states about different kinds of things, like, oh, you can have a cat, feed it, it could kill you. There's jaguars, there's tigers, and then they're all running around like with night vision in the spotted area, and then there's reenactments, and then some of the stories are bleak as fuck, because like there's one guy and you think at first it'd be a bit funny, but then you see the picture and he's like, he just got leapt on. Someone posted a video on Instagram the other day, and it was weird. It was like a mountain lion just running after some guy on a gravel path. It was so quick to doing that. He's going, no, stay there. It's like, got his form for protection. And it's like, you're fucked, do you know what I mean? Just like, fuck. Now, my stepdad's a gameskeeper around the Northumberland and stuff like that, and he said like, just be careful. Like, what do you mean, just be careful? I remember one night at the Gill Bridge, which is where the massive viaduct is, and Raoul at the time just lived in Moose, saying, "Oh, we'll go up the Gill Bridge. Oh, it's dark." And it does. There is footage of it somewhere in the archive, but I'm not overlaying any of that. But I remember, you know what? It's just getting just too dark. But you've just got that hybrid of like the last of the fucking sunshine to the hybrid of the moon. And there's always just like a path like that to the Gill Bridge. And I remember just doing this. And everyone's just like, and the path just seemed to move. I'm like, what's going on there? I just realised I've got the worst t-shirt on my stand here, but yeah, what the fuck's going on there? And then everyone just absolutely liked it that way, like proper shit the bed kind of stuff. It was a black lurcher. but like for the time it was like, the fucking black cat, like, huh. But again, going into that, it goes right into the theories. People who used to own them as a guy was just like, yeah, I used to breed cougars to sell and that, and then one day got absolutely manhandled by one, had to get airlifted and had to have his jaw rebuilt. He's like, yeah, I never did it again. A couple of might have got away here and then. You think, well, there you go, just running around the woods. You never know. So that was quite good and it's quite grounded, but then they just go absolutely mental. So there's Terror in the Sky, that might be the one. There's another one called Birdzilla, and there's a guy convinced he got tried to get lifted up by a massive bird, and then it goes into like showing you birds flying around. This video footage and they're all like, what kind of bird is that? And then the guy, just like the victims, when I was a kid and then he got nicked and you're watching it. I think this is one of the episodes where Britt was like, what the fuck are you watching? I was like, well, you know, it's interesting. So Terror from the Sky and Birdzilla. The real Moby Dick was a very interesting one as well, because like coming off the back end of it's not been that long since I've seen. I must have fell into that last night, a bit drunk, you know. I keep doing it. That eats me. Anyway, just watching In the Heart of the Sea and just seeing the backstory and how much they go into Ahabs and like the realisation. This goes into like sperm whales and it goes deep into sperm whales. There's even a guy, his full-time job is to sit there with his binoculars looking out at the ocean and he can spot which whale is by its fucking ectoplasm up in the sky. And again, they're on about searching for the real Moby Dick, and it's like the sperm whale. And they have a little bit of video footage of a sperm whale, but it just goes into like people telling the stories, and it's just merely like fishing. They are fishing in this one. So yeah, then there's the piranha invasion as well. So that's part of series 2 because of the snakes on it. But again, as I say, mythology and stuff like that's pretty cool. Right, Mysterious Ape Island, that was a quirker. Sea monsters. What the fuck was that? Killer crocs. You know, crocodiles in the sewers. Everyone just fucking remembers where they were when someone pulled a crocodile out of the sewers. But yeah, we go. No fast track. Maybe it's the back end of that one. Killer jellyfish. The Last Dinosaur. The Curse of the Monkey Man. And Flying Monsters. These ones, I don't think I've even watched this on the second time around. I have to watch that one. I've been watching it this morning, but again, when my watch pile in my room is about that high, and like taking this out takes a good chunk. The idea is to get rid of, like, watch this stuff. So on here is Birdzilla. Giant Squid Found is one of the better episodes, because they go out looking for like the squids and they go deep into it, and then they actually catch one on camera, like fucking camera down the ocean and that. It's fucking terrifying. Just this massive fucking tentacle comes and gets them, like, oh fucking hell. Like that. There's one episode where they actually find something. That's really good. Sasquatch Attack. I mean, come on, Sasquatches are everywhere. I totally believe in Bigfoot, but I think like Bigfoot's been abducted. I think Bigfoot is a theory of an alien and that kinds of weird stuff like that. But like, it's kind of like the classic pictures. I'm a sucker for a Bigfoot movie. Exists is probably the best Bigfoot movie ever if you haven't seen it. But then, you know, Harry and the Hendersons and all that kinds of shit. But the idea that, you know, there's just something out there, you know, I mean, it's long gone now in the era of like the myths because everyone's got a camera and shit like that. But it's even when it's going into like, it's like this could probably, they could do a new series, but now everyone's got a phone, everyone's got HD cameras on the phones and stuff like that. There's no excuse for a blurry fucking picture. You can just go, not like, anyway. Right, and the top one, America's Loch Ness. America's Loch Ness, which is Lake Champlain, and they call him Champ. Goes back into the theory of Loch Ness, and like, they pretty much, it looks really cool. They've got this monument and stuff like that. Goes into like how deep lakes are and how trenches and the flues. There's a movie called The Loch Ness Terror with Fuck My Life that starts off in the Loch Ness, and the Loch Ness monster totally appears. I mean, within 5 minutes, it's absolutely blew its load, and you're like, well, we're in for this one. And then the Loch Ness monster moves to Canada, and you think, what? It takes vacations now. That's the real story of the movie. Anyway, there's never really been a good Loch Ness monster movie. I think you could really do one quite good, found footage, maybe on the lake, you know what I mean? You could stretch it out, but Evil Beneath the Loch Ness, there's a one for you to watch as well. So yeah, that's really cool. Again, the theories, they're all the pictures, it shows you the classic pictures. There's a really famous picture, and I'll not put it on because it's always like, every time it appears on it, it's like copyrighted here in this picture. A picture of one of the heads turning, and for years when you see any kind of like mythology books and they're talking about the Loch Ness Monster, that picture normally gets lost. People think it's a Loch Ness and it's actually Champ. So I have two more here. Mothman. It's very sinister, the Mothman. Lizard monster, American werewolf, giant pythons in America is a scary one as well. I don't like snakes, and I think, you know, it's just like, ooh, stay away, it's colourful, it could bite you, you know, like, nah, not a snake, man. Long time ago, long time ago, one of my early ex-girlfriends' brother got a python, and he'd moved out, and they literally designated this fucking, I'm not going to put any of the footage in, that does exist in the archive, but put the corner of his bedroom into like, I don't know, they spent some money on like double glazing so it had its snake, and this snake was like 16, 17 foot long. Every time I stayed at her house I made sure the dog was in the room, because I think that's one of the scariest views, constricting, waking up and you're like, Mowgli, fucked. Because like, again, in the Jungle Book, and Mowgli's walking around up the trees and just that sinister of the snake, and I remember looking at that and going, this is terrifying. And I heard a story of it getting out, and I was like, well, why did you tell me you never got out? I mean, how did it get out of there? And someone's sitting on the toilet, and it just, like, fuck, it was probably a stretch of this room. That's just sinister and scary. And again, it's all about the pythons out there in America, and it goes into a lot of depth of how stuff got there. So it's just like, yeah, it's from down there, but then people get them there and then they get escaped, or the fucking crocodile goes down the toilet, or do you know what I mean? They do the research, and they're fucking dead serious, mind. They are super dead serious. And anyway, Mothman, lizard monster, monsters American. The last one is giant killer fish, swamp beast, and Russia's ape, killer ape man. So I will admit, there's a couple I don't really remember the second time around. I really enjoy that. It was worth buying the first time around, and I remember watching it, and it totally was worth buying back from the charity shop. Again, mythology, theories, fan theories. It's like Peter Jackson did King Kong when he wanted to do King Kong, because it was the last time period where there was room for discovery. They do go into it, and like Meg, the movie, like that hidden trench, and how the sea is one of the biggest last discoveries, you know what I mean? The sea is, I mean, I don't believe anyone landed on the moon, I'm sorry. Like Google would be up there by now. Anyway, off that right. So fucking hell, you don't believe anyone went there? No, but again, it's just like the reach for stuff, and like filling out the episode to take it deadly serious, but as watching it, you get an interest, you get a backstory, you get a bit of history into it in there, and they've always got like a reason, but it is just funny as fuck sometimes, just the reenactments, and you look at how they filled it in, and especially the guy getting fucking, the kid just running for his life, and then you know, like, oh, I was looking out the window, and it's just a fucking ape just walking across the fucking Sasquatch, but like, it's really bad CGI, and it's just like, it's really there, like looking out, it's just like, very funny. Right, I don't believe there will be any outtakes on this one, fuck it. But going forward, I do want to do a bit more in-depth kind of thing. Its total runtime, 17 fucking hours. Wow, exempt. So it's like proper exempt, no age rating needed. But again, it's quite scary. I mean, there's a guy gets his fucking face ripped off with a fucking tiger one, and it shows you in the hospital bed. How is that exempt? Do you know it's stories of death and killer fish and fucking, yeah, exempt from classification. But yeah, awesome show. I mean, once a question, poor crocodile, I could have the beast eyes. Right, sorry, I'm ranting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye for now.
Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling?
Open the door on that thing, man. How big's he now?